Newly obtained document proves that the Obama intel agencies secretly conducted illegal searches on Americans for years. The National Security Agency under former President Barack Obama routinely violated American privacy protections while scouring through overseas intercepts and failed to disclose the extent of the problems until the final days before Donald Trump was elected president last fall. According to once top-secret documents that chronicle some of the most serious constitutional abuses to date by the U.S. intelligence community. What you're seeing on your screen right now is that document. More than 5%, or 1 out of every 20 searches seeking upstream internet data on Americans inside the NSA's so-called Section 702 database, violated the safeguards Obama and his intelligence chiefs vowed to follow in 2011. According to one classified internal report reviewed by Circa, the Obama administration self-disclosed the problems at a closed-door hearing October 26th before the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court that set off alarm. Trump was elected less than 2 weeks later. The normally supportive court censured administration officials, saying the failure to disclose the extent of the violations earlier amounted to an institutional lack of candor, and that the improper searches constituted a very serious Fourth Amendment issue, according to a recently unsealed court document dated April 26, 2017. The admitted violations undercut one of the primary defenses that the intelligence community and Obama officials have used in recent weeks to justify their snooping into incidental NSA intercepts about Americans. On top of that, Wikipedia can pursue an NSA surveillance lawsuit, U.S. Appeals Court. Reuters. A federal appeals court on Tuesday revived a Wikipedia lawsuit that challenges a U.S. National Security Agency program of mass surveillance and claims that the government unconstitutionally invades people's privacy rights. By a 3-0 vote, the Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Richmond, Virginia, said the Wikimedia Foundation, which hosts the Wikipedia Online Encyclopedia, can pursue a challenge to the government's upstream surveillance program. The decision could make it easier for people to learn whether authorities have spied on them through upstream, which involves bulk searches of international communications within the Internet's backbone of cables, switches, and routers. Circa has reported that there was a threefold increase in NSA data searches about Americans and a rise in the unmasking of U.S. persons' identities in intelligence reports after Obama loosened the privacy rules in 2011. Officials like former National Security Advisor Susan Rice have argued their activities were legal under the so-called minimization rule changes Obama made, and that the intelligence agencies were strictly monitored to avoid abuses. The Intelligence Court and the NSA's own internal watchdog found that not to be true. Since 2011, NSA's minimization procedures have prohibited use of U.S. person identifiers to query the results of upstream internet collections under Section 702. The unsealed court ruling declared the October 26, 2016 notice informed the court that the NSA analysts had been conducting search queries in violation of that prohibition with much greater frequency than had been previously disclosed to the court. They don't care about our privacy at all. It just keeps getting proven, time and time again. The United States government is conducting mass surveillance on American citizens. These documents prove it, and of course, let me read this last section again. Since 2011, NSA's minimization procedures have prohibited use of U.S. person identifiers to query the results of upstream internet collections under Section 702. The unsealed court ruling declared the October 26, 2016 notice informed the court that NSA analysts had been conducting such queries in violation of that prohibition with much greater frequency than had been previously disclosed to the court. So this is what the NSA's been up to, right? Okay, well now let's add all these new sensors, let's add all this new artificial intelligence, which, by the way, according to new research, the demand for artificial intelligence from now until 2021 is expected to increase exponentially. Let me give you the exact number here. The latest market research from the field of artificial intelligence shows that over the next few years, the demand for AI is set to rise substantially. The market is projected to expand to an incredible CAGR of 50.51% from 2017 to 2021. The CAGR that I just mentioned actually stands for Compound Annual Growth Rate. This 50% rise in artificial intelligence, that is enormous. The cited reason for this massive boom in artificial intelligence is the AI market increase, according to the report, is in large part being driven by a growing deployment of robotics technology in a wide range of industries, such as manufacturing, medical, pharmaceutical, healthcare, and banking and financial services. But so much more is to be said about where the NSA and where agencies can gather data from as well. If we look at what NVIDIA is doing with their Metropolis technology, the video analytics software, that's going to basically take multiples, hundreds of different video feeds, security camera feeds, and combine it into one endpoint, and of course, analyze it and save it in the cloud. The amount of government creepiness just right now with the NSA is absurd. But can you imagine when all of this new artificial intelligence actually is implemented into our daily lives? It started, don't get me wrong. But can you imagine in just like a year or so when, say, 10% of that 50% increase has gone around or has come out? This is terrible. Speaking Wednesday on Fox News, Senator Rand Paul said there was an apparent effort under the Obama administration to increase the number of unmaskings of Americans. If we determine this to be true, this is an enormous abuse of power, Paul said. This will dwarf all other stories, or it should at least. It should dwarf all other stories. But how much are they hiding right now? How much are we being swayed left and right, left and right? Is this on CNN? I didn't think so. It should be, but it's not. This enormous abuse of power once again proves that we live in a police state. Find out more by going to ChristianTruther.com. God bless and carry on. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. Make sure you download our free mobile apps available on Apple and Android. We are viewer funded. Support the Christian Truther by going to ChristianTruther.com/info for more information.